Back now to the search for Robert Card. At a briefing just this morning, Commissioner Mike Soschuk of the Maine Department of Public Safety telling the media that law enforcement agents from many agencies right now are still involved in the search and are checking out locations all throughout Androscoggin County.
A lot of the search was focused in Lisbon today near the Miller Park boat launch, which is where Card's vehicle was found Wednesday night, police tell us. Sam Rogers has been there all day as well. He joins us with more on this. And Sam, what can you tell us from that scene?
Yeah, Amanda and Brian, we've been here since around 10 a.m. and I have to say we've been waiting, not watching. The first few hours when we were here, we were able to see a lot of police cruisers flying up Route 196 on Lisbon Street, which is to our right. Now, we've been staged at the St. Matthew's Church. The law enforcement staging area is in this dirt parking lot off to our right. And we are right in front of the boat launch, about a few hundred feet up. My photographer, Jacob Richards, is just going to do a quick zoom in. You'll see that one local Lisbon police cruiser with the lights on. You'll see some cameras there. That is where that boat launch has been set up. And we were speaking with Mark Laddie from the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife about what their goal and their plan of attack is for the rest of the day. 3 separate dive teams have been in the water this afternoon. That is the Game Warden Dive Team, Maine State Police, Maine Marine Patrol. And just to remind everyone, we've had a lot of viewers that aren't from Maine tuning into our coverage this week. This is what they are trained for. Game wardens help lead all rescues and searches in land and in water. So they are assisting Maine State Police. The Department of Public Safety is still running point on the investigation. So that's where we're getting the information from, but the game wardens are assisting with that. And Mark Laddie also told us, that Jacob, I'm just going to walk in front of the camera again, that the Androscoggin River, which is to our right, is very much controlled by dams, a lot of dams on the river. So they've actually used those dams to control the water level, making it lower and to ease the currents, which is helping the dive teams and the wardens that are checking the banks. And a quick update, we did see a low-flying helicopter for a number of hours. Haven't seen that helicopter recently, but again, we did catch up with Mark Laddie, who told us why his team and all these agencies are committed to find some resolution to this mass shooting.
This is such a team effort, with members from law enforcement communities throughout Maine, and then a host of federal agencies here, and it's really an incredible group that's come together to search and hopefully bring Robert Card to justice. But it is, just really, I've never seen so many resources poured into an area in order to bring someone to justice. I would say, the mood in the command center and everyone involved is a mood of determination, and determined to find Robert Card and bring him to justice.
We can see that it's still a very, very active scene. We know that Lisbon is one of the communities that has been affected by this shelter in place. Lewiston, Auburn, Bowdoin also affected by the shelter in place. Androscoggin County as a whole being asked to kind of stand down. What have you learned about the shelter in place order? Has it changed at all?
No, Amanda, it is still fluid, but the order is still in place for right now. But the Lisbon Police Chief, Ryan McGee, he's been at the media staging area a few times since we got here between 10 and noon. He's come over twice just to give us updates. And someone did ask about that shelter in place order. He says that is still under effect right now, but that could change at any moment. So we're waiting for more updates from him. But just driving around the Lisbon Falls area, again, we were here Wednesday night when everything was just kind of breaking. A lot more businesses, again, still closed. The McDonald's just about a mile up the road. The drive-thru's open, but they're not letting anyone into the lobby. So people are still, taking this order seriously. Again, as we've been talking about the last number of hours, normally you would see a lot of people just trying to get a look at all the cameras that are here. There are a number of national, regional, and local outlets here. Haven't seen too many local community members walking in to check in because, again, they do know this is a very active and fluid scene. While we haven't seen a lot of that action recently, Brian and Amanda, we're keeping our eyes peeled, and in a few minutes we'll actually go closer to that boat launch and bring you more closer to the scene.
All right, Sam Rogers live in Lisbon tonight. He has been with us all day, bringing us the updates from that specific search site.